Hey folks, looks like it's that time again for me to dive into the PCG shop, find some of your PCGs, and react to them. Let's check out some paper computer games. Now the first PCG I want to take a look at is called The Misadventures of This Guy by King Raven, also known as Get Out of My Swamp on the PCG shop. Now this game is, as it says on the cover, a continuation of the PCG Gyphobaz by me. So a while ago I did make a paper computer game called Gyphobaz. It's a game where you play as Ginkis, or at the very least a weird version of Ginkis, who later takes on the name Ganocris. Regardless though, at one point during that game, you as Ginkis get inside a rocket and you go to a moon orbiting that planet. And on that moon, you encounter a bunch of weird aliens, and you have to grab this energy orb and get away from them. Well, one of the random aliens from that game, specifically this guy, takes on his own adventure. Like, now we're finding out his side of the story and his life, and in this new game, which is called The Misadventures of This Guy, because, yeah, I guess that is this guy's name, is this guy. Now, this game continues from the perspective of this guy, because apparently this guy was trying to protect the orb because he's just working in a car factory, and he was just trying to protect the orb, which apparently the orb, the energy orb that we get in Gyphobaz, was actually just the car keys for their new car model. So in this new PCG, this guy has resigned. He now no longer works there, and it is his goal to just deliver a letter to his company, just telling them, you know, about how he resigned and he's moved to a new city. He's relaxing after he sustained all these injuries by this alien Ginkis who invaded from a different planet, which is a pretty hilarious recontextualizing. You know, you go to another planet and there's hostile aliens and they're trying to kill you. But then in this game we find out, no, actually, like, let's flip the perspective. This guy, Ginkis, was invading. You know, he's from a different planet. You know, he doesn't belong there, and he's stealing stuff. So, yeah, this PCG it's a, you know, very classic, like, Chris-style PCG. Well, I mean, the PCG isn't, but the fact that it's drawn on yellow paper is very nostalgic to me for the classic PCGs. But I love the world that's created here, like the characters, the way the environment is drawn. It's very chill. It sort of feels like watching a cartoon show, but it's also very creative, you know, in that it creates a whole, you know, art style for this different world. I mean, this is the aliens area, but you can see it more on the next screens. You know, see how like everything is triangles? This is supposed to be like a road, but I guess instead of our rectangular stuff in the middle of the road, we have triangles. The buildings are triangles. It's a really, you know, it's simple and it's, you know, recognizable, but it's this very distinct, like it feels like you're on a different planet, which is really cool. You've got these characters which, you know, like from what I can see of the script, it looks like they're like not many of these aliens are actually hostile. This is all just like people on your own planet. You're just like walking around, you interact with them. You know, at one point, you know, a girl lost her phone and you're trying to get it back for her, and if you do, she'll give you some coins. You know, like, this is your car and you have to get in your car and you have to deliver a letter to your company. There's like a shop you have to go inside of. You can't read the written language because this is a different part of your planet where you don't read the language. And it's just a very chill vibe. I really appreciate this. It's just kind of like hanging out on this alien world where everything is different and interesting, and you can just kind of explore at your own rate and check out what's going on over here. This is a really cool, really laid back, but you know, that kind of makes it super interesting to me. PCG, I love how it continues from Gyphobaz and recontextualizes it, makes us think about it from a different angle, and it just has a really interesting world all of its own to explore, and just a really, really cool PCG all around. So Hopefully this saga gets continued. I would love to see more games exploring this world further that King Raven has created from the tiniest bit of inspiration I gave in Gyphobaz. And like, he just really fleshed it out and did a great job. So I hope this world will continue to get explored. So this is a quick RPG PCG by Salman the Fish PCG. It's called Monster Islands. I already covered this on PCG News, but I wanted to take a bit of a closer look. So I've just downloaded this from off the PCG shop. It is available there. You can get it there. We've got 3 different islands, and over here we've got some cool creatures. So I wanted to just take a closer look at some of these creatures. We've got this cool tree guy with like these like root tentacle things. Yeah, I don't know. That guy looks cool. Now this zombie, being that it's drawn by Salman, is seriously reminding me of Project Z, Salman's classic PCG that inspired Techno Zombies. This guy over here reminds me of a Gruzzle from Math Rescue, which is an old educational computer game I used to play. I like the just average people. You've just got Farmer Bob and Villager Joe. You're just kind of hanging out there, you know? Just chilling. But what's behind their eyes? Are they as average as they seem? So the next PCG I want to show you is called Greed, or Grade, by Epic Worlds PCG. This is based on a character named Greed that I first encountered in the PCG Exploring Shogun, also by Epic Worlds PCG. He is a Triptosian. The Triptosians are this alien species with the tentacles, the one big eye that was created by me for my PCGs. But this is a new character in that race created by Epic Worlds PCG. So this is going to explore his backstory. Now, as it says in the script, you play as Greed, the Triptosian, from the PCG Exploring Shogun. This game takes place before that game, but this game shows you how Greed got his staff that lets you control water, which is a pretty sweet power for him to have. So this game starts out with you and your friend. Your friend is daring you to go down to the bottom of the screen, and you don't want to look like a weakling, so you go. By the way, this is on the planet Shirek, which is the homeworld of the Triptosians. So yeah, you dive down, and there you encounter this guy whose name apparently is Casmario, who is the ancient protector of the Triptosian soul chest. And if this chest is opened, then all the ancient Triptosian ghosts are gonna get out and take over everybody and take over. So yeah, that'll be bad. And quickly, this is stolen by this here, by this submarine. This is run by the company being the main villain from all of Chris's classic PCGs, sort of like the main villain of the PCG universe. The company is just behind everything evil. So you have to chase them, you pursue them to this ancient cave where you meet this guy. Now this apparently is an ancient sea god. This is the water god who controls the oceans on every planet throughout the PCG universe. So this is like the ultimate water deity whose name is Thoris. Now Thoris gives you the staff, which gives you the power to control water. So clearly this staff comes direct from the highest authority on all the oceans in the PCG universe. As far as I'm aware, this is his first appearance, but that is a pretty sweet character, and I really like the design for him as well. That looks like really just cool and interesting for, you know, a god, basically. Finally, we get this epic final boss battle with this giant epic Triptosian. This is not the first giant Triptosian we've seen, nor is it the first giant Triptosian to be a boss, but this guy looks super mean, super epic with his like freaking laser cannon arm thing. His name is Deshak Tov Ishen, who was banished from the main Triptosian city many years ago for creating illegal weapons. This is just a really cool PCG. I love the lore of it, and I think like unlike some of Epic's other PCGs that I've seen, you know, a lot of his PCGs are just like straightforward, like here's a puzzle, here's an enemy, here's a puzzle. This one feels a lot more lore based. Like this is more of a story. It's like this happens, then this happens. It's more driven, you know, by the lore, by the emotion, by the, you know, the world that you're in. And a lot of these creature and character designs in this game are just really, really cool. So really fantastic PCG by Epic Worlds PCG.